And yeah, like the video says, seriously though, warning, triggers. I'm going to set up a little scene for you. Imagine you're in a casino. And if you've never been in a casino, just imagine any casino scene that you've recently seen in a movie or TV show. Now imagine you're at a table. It's a dice table. It's craps. And you're playing, and I'm not going to get into the details about how you play craps. That's not important. But you're rolling dice and you're rolling hot. So far, you've turned $20 into about 150 bucks. The cocktail waitress is your best left arm sidekick right now because she is just pumping you full of drinks to get you to stay at the table because she knows you're going to lose it all real soon. But that's gambling because it's a casino. And eventually the house has to win, otherwise there is no more house and players have nowhere to go. But now let's take another scenario. Now, by the way, that first scenario, that's how it's supposed to be. You win and win and win and win until you finally push your luck and then you lose. Now let's take another scenario. Similar casino. And instead of the cocktail waitress coming up and offering you a drink, she goes ahead and she says, why don't you try playing the slots machines? I see you're winning really good at craps. Why don't you try slots? Why don't you try blackjack? Why don't you try whatever? She keeps pushing you towards other activities in the casino, other games you can engage in the casino. And you're like, well, I'm pretty hot on craps. I think I'm going to stay on craps. And then all of a sudden, she takes the dice out of your hands and says, no, it's time for you to go play slot machines. You're not allowed to keep playing craps anymore. You're too good at craps. You're having too much fun at craps. We want you to go play something else. The house will lose instantly then. The house is going to lose quite a lot. In fact, the house will not only lose its revenue, but it will lose its long-standing customers and its returning patrons. This is the casino mode house rules for Bungie. So, and I'm talking about basically the fact that you're not really encouraged or supported. Actually, it's not even that. You are discouraged, openly discouraged from, hey, Bob, I don't shoot Bob until he starts shooting me. Can I? How do you know? How do I know I'm not shooting at Bob? Because that's Bob right there. You can tell that's Bob. See, he has the aim of a fucking stormtrooper. But anyway, okay, now Bob's getting nasty. Time to die, Bob. So with Bungie, they actively discourage you from playing just one character class, or even for just playing one character. And they do this by building a bunch of false complexity into their game modes. Now, that might sound kind of contradictory because a designer can set the complexity of their games at the time of design. But you have to understand that this game is made for people who are not ML. No, they're not MVPs. This game is not made for your truly skilled players. This game is made for people who want a power fantasy. At least that's the design philosophy. That's why you have super flashy abilities and guns and supers, and that's kind of the thing. I mean, give me a break. Psst. Come on, guys, one at a time. You know the rules. Sorry, I got lost in the zone there. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Not being able to play 3 hunters, not being able to play, or 3 warlocks. Maybe you don't like hunters. Maybe you don't like the fact that they're paper tigers. Maybe you don't like the fact that in spite of being the damager, they're almost always the tank as well. Maybe you want to keep rolling those dice. Maybe you don't want to go play cards. Maybe you don't want to go jerk on some handle. But nah, Bungie doesn't give a shit. You're playing their game the way they want to play it. And that's not cool, dude. That's not cool. And they've tried to make this game. They try to sell you on the things like the raid and the Grandmaster Nightfall and the dungeons and all that stuff. And I'm telling you guys, you don't need it. You don't need it. You can actually get your character. There's no, first of all, first and foremost, there is no upper limit for your character right now. There will never be an upper limit. There will always be a power creep in this game. We're 1330 in this present season at the time of this recording, and I think next season we're going to go to 1335 or maybe 1340. It doesn't matter, because guess what? The season after that, you're going to go back up again. And here's something else. Since this game is primarily focused around its PvP aspects, you don't even need to worry about that except for Trials and Iron Banner. And here's the argument here. If I don't care about power level, and I'm only looking for tools to play my game in this game the way I want to play it, if I am going to openly resist being told I can't play 2 hunters or 3 hunters, that I have to play a warlock, or that I have to be playing a titan, if I'm going to be told that, if I'm going to resist that, then I'm going to go against their status quo. I'm not going to play the raid. You know, no, it would be kind of fun. It would be lots of fun to have a Vex Mythoclast. But where's the Vex Mythoclast really going to do me the most benefit? It's going to do me the most benefit in PvP. And I have outshot people with pretty much, you know, craptastic legendaries. It's all about map placement. That's all it is. PvP is all about how fast your computer is, or how fast your hardware is, and how quick you are to respond to changing things. And, you know, on a good day, I'm alright. On an average day, not so good. On a shitty day, I don't even bother. I just, if there's a bounty I want to clear and it's something I just show up and beat Timmy Two Thumbs with an achievement award at the end, I will go ahead and do that. I will just show up and play it. Like the bounties you get from Shaxx every now and then, play 2 matches of Control, or play a match of Rumble, or win a round in Elimination. You know, I'll show up and just do my damnedest not to die, because that's the best you can do when you can't play well. You're not Bob. All you guys are toast. So, yeah, I don't really care to play the raid, so no, I'm not going to be running around with, you know, max life levels, and I'm not going to be chasing down, you know, super meta builds or anything else. And I don't even play the meta. Right now, they're talking about, there's a bunch of perks out there that you're supposed to be looking for that are like, you know, oh, you get a critical kill and, you know, you get this particular benefit. But I'm not a crit shotter, you know. I don't get critical final blows. That's just not who I am. It's never been who I am. And like I said, back to the argument, if I'm not chasing the raid, or Trials, or Iron Banner, where power level kind of does make a difference, and even in the raid it doesn't. Even in Iron Banner it doesn't. You do know that if you're 10 to 15 levels over your target, you're actually only punching at about 5 levels over that target, believe it or not. And if they're 10 to 15 levels lower than you, they're punching at only about 10 levels lower than you, or 5 levels lower than you. Did you know that? So even though power levels are enabled, they're not there to benefit anybody. It's a fake. It's a fake out. Honestly, guys, it's a fake out. And I've proved this back in even Destiny 1. You know, my fire team and I, we would go in fully kitted up, you know, with the proper light levels and stuff, or power levels. Now we call it power levels, but then it was light levels. And then we would deliberately drop ourselves down to basic gear. Now, at present, the lowest gear you can get is 1100 if you pull it out of your collections. Unless you start a new character, and then of course you save that white gear, that common gear, and then of course you can do that. But you know, and we've done it, and we've realized that okay, yeah, when you're that drastically below power level, you're going to need critical shots, or you're going to need lots of team fighting to actually get the kills you want to get. But I've done it even in Destiny 2. I've done the same thing, and it's not difficult to do. You don't need to get caught up in that FOMO um, and chase those pinnacle, gear to be viable in any of the game. You can do any strike you want. You can go into the strike playlist, you can go into the control playlist, you can go into Gambit, and you're just about as effective at 1330, which is the power cap for this season, as you'd be at 1300. I would recommend getting within at least, you know, I would say within at least 30% of the power level of the power cap, coming within that. Being at least 60% or 66 or 67% of what the power cap is. I think that's where the math works out. Somebody with a calculator will figure that out. But anyway, like I said, if the power cap is 1330, I don't recommend Gambit under 1300 because the enemies will be battle level to that. And that was Bob. See, there's Bob. Watch. And like I said, he shoots like a stormtrooper. Have I done this Lost Sector a lot? Yeah. Will this ever be a legendary Lost Sector? No. You want to know why? Because it's fun. So like when you go into basic control, um, you can actually go in with just about anything. It really, I mean, when you're looking for perks on a weapon, you're looking for things that are going to mitigate what your shortcomings are. If you have shitty aim, you don't want to look for something that has a high aim assist because that's not going to help you. You got to be able to get the reticule near the hitbox in order for it to even count. So if you have really shitty aim, you're going to look for things that benefit from AoE or indirect fire. Something like, Skyburner's Oath or Jotun, Tiku's Divination. These are all auto-tracking kind of, hip fire type weapons. You're also going to want something like, like a nice beefy, widespread shotgun because you want to do some damage. You're going to want to focus on a character class that has a ton of, area of effect damage abilities. And again, that's not going to be the hunter, even though you might think, well, that's going to be the hunter. That's why you play the hunter, because you have shitty aim. No, I play the hunter because you have a variety of modes to you. You're not just a hammer. You could be a scalpel. You can be a fishing line. You can be a hammer. uh, and you can be nothing at all and just be out of the way. Lead, follow, or get out of the way. You really can't do that with a Titan or a Warlock. When the Titan and a Warlock, you're basically a hammer. You're only ever going to hit nails, and everything's going to be a nail for you. Um, I've seen very few surgical, movements with a Warlock and a Titan, and fight me on that. Fine, go ahead, put something in the comments that says otherwise. But I just I'm tired of playing Bungie's game. Okay, I want to play my game. I want to play Destiny my way, and the way I like to play Destiny is go ahead and give me the seasonal arena, which is great. I play that. Give me some Gambit, give me some strikes, and give me some control. Um, and that's fine, and I'm doing great with that. Yeah, I've got the Dresden title because I just played that much fucking Gambit. You just play it, you're gonna get it. Yeah, it does take a little bit of skill to do it, but it's not unattainable. Neither is doing the raids, neither is doing Nightfall Masters, neither is doing Trials. None of that stuff is unattainable. It's all about, do you want that cocktail waitress to boss you around and say that you have to do this, or you have to do that, or you're not allowed to do this, or you can do it if you want to. We're not going to say we're not going to say don't, but we are going to punish you by making sure that when you do, uh, there's returns, for everything. And I don't understand that, and I think it's because Bungie believes that if people attain what they're after faster than normal, they're not going to want to stick around, and that's not the case. I mean, I'm at I'm at if leveling your character is the goal, which kind of is in this game, then I'm already at max level for the season. I have no reason to keep playing. I am hunting for a Seraph sidearm to match or possibly even exceed the abilities of my Peace Bond. That's only because I like playing with the Warmind cells. In spite of the fact that they nerfed them a little bit, they didn't actually take away too much. For how I play and what I play, they're still perfectly within the scope of functionality for me. So, yeah, I mean, I'm hunting for guns better than what I have. Always looking for an upgrade. But the guns I'm looking for, they're not going to be found in the raid. They're not going to be found in legendary lost sectors. They're not going to be found in trials. They're not going to be found in Iron Banner. I don't think I'll ever get a better peace bond than the one I have. I really doubt it. I mean, I've gotten a few. Ooh, well, fucked up there. I'll show you right now while I'm doing this. I love this gun. This is fantastic, and they're not even. There's not even really good perks. They're not even really good roll. It's not even a really. I mean, according to Light GG, this is solid, but it's not like the best. It's not the god roll, and I'm like, I don't need the god roll though. I want something that mitigates the fact that I have a really shitty time steadying my aim. I want something that's going to be a little forgiving when it comes to you know going up against mass quantities of enemies. Um, and that's exactly what it is. And then it's kind of like I've talked about this so many times before. You guys stop being sold on what everybody else wants you to do. You know, try just doing for yourself. Try going for what makes you enjoy this game. I mean, whether you are free to play or you buy the seasonal passes or anything else, don't push yourself to the point where it feels like a chore. When it stops being fun, stop playing for a while. That's really what it comes down to. There's a lot of people who are just like totally into this whole, I gotta upstage everybody. I've gotta be the best. I'm sorry you got daddy issues and you need to impress everybody around you because I'm going to be brutally honest. Nobody gives a fuck. Even those guys who are streaming, even the girls, who are out there on YouTube and Twitch, um, or the random TikTok. I've seen Destiny 2 TikToks. Man, they are hilarious. Um, they're all even those out there. Nobody really cares whether you're that good or not. They're watching you. All right, and yeah, props to you for going out there and doing something with your time and trying to capitalize a little bit on what it is you do on the daily. But be honest, you're doing it for recognition. You're not doing it for anything else. Even if you feel like you think you're being informative, you're not. Even right now, all I am doing is yelling at a wall because there's nobody in my stream, as you can see. I don't do this for the stream. I don't do this for the recognition. I do this as a way to rubber duck. This is my rubber ducking. This is me having this idea and saying, how does this sound later? Yeah, I go back and I watch my vids. Especially when I'm thinking to myself, fucking hate this game, fucking hate this game, fucking hate this game. And then I go back in and I look for a video that I can remember, oh, this talks about that. Why am I hating this game right now? Because I'm feeling like I need to do this. The moment you feel like you need to do anything in a game is the moment it's no longer a game. Grinders, farmers, and bingers. You should only ever be a binger. Yes, I'm telling you how you should be. Because it is the right way to play. It's the right way to have fun. You should be playing this game for the fucking play of the game. You shouldn't be trying to. You shouldn't be preoccupied with grinding out a level or farming for a supposed meta god roll that some influencer on some website or YouTube channel or Twitch stream said this is the best thing. This is going to, you know, 3 cycles of rinse and repeat, and you're going to be a goddess. That's that's never going to happen. I'm sorry. Maybe it is Maybelline. No, no, it's not. No, you're born with it. All the tool does is bring it out. It's like sculpting in wood or stone. The form is there already. The sculpture is there already. You're just freeing it from its prison of amorphousness. That is exactly what my sculpting teacher, our sculpting instructors, actually, I didn't have teachers. I went to community college. Um, and these instructors were just that. They instructed you. They educated you. They were doing it for the money, but they're doing it for the passion. So that's why I'm always saying to people, you want to go to college? That's great. Do yourself and your city a favor and go to the community college. Not all of them are good. Not all of them are bad. But you will find teachers there with more passion and more commitment to seeing you succeed, and not just because it makes their resume look good. They really genuinely want to do something for you. Otherwise, they'd be in a university, honestly, or a private college. They wouldn't be at a community college taking 1/10 of the pay that any other teacher in the world makes, working 3 times the hours because they don't have the resources to fucking have enough teacher assistants to fucking manage the fucking workload. Yeah, I talked for a long time with some instructors because for a long time I thought about going and teaching art at a community college. But why? Because I wanted that. I wanted to find people with the same passion levels that I have for art, and make that be a thing. So why am I playing a game right now and talking nobody's ear off instead of doing that art? That's because I'm waiting for paint to dry, which is why I play video games most times, because they're fun. And sometimes, like I said, that rubber duck, it helps me sort out an idea. Like, okay, I'm really trying to figure out a color scheme here. This customer wants these minis to be something a little bit different from what everything else they have. They want something a little unique from everything else that's out there. And then, so I come into a game like Destiny, which has got a lot of uniforms and color palettes that are really nicely thought out. I mean, beautiful color. I mean, I hate the Scorn. I think the Scorn are fucking trash. But damn, they got a great color palette. They've got a fantastic uniform but design. I mean, you want any kind of inspirations for like, wasteland warfare kind of, themes and shit like that. Yeah, hit any of the Scorn stuff. Just drill this in. Just straight up the poop shoot, dude. Fucking A. Anyways, who wants some? You? Yeah. I mean, well, I don't know why I got bounties. That's right. I'm trying to earn some bright dust, and because I want one of these. I want something in the store, believe it or not. Anyway, I know, I know. Ooh, he came apart all kinds of bad. Oh, you're not. I thought you were scoring with that shield. I can't. I. Part of me is really kind of excited for Witch Queen. I'm going to talk a little bit about Witch Queen here. Because we're going to face finally a faction that has specifically adapted itself to kill Guardians. Or to emulate them. Whoa. Whoa, guess we beat it. This is going fast. We're going all fusion mode here. Ba-doop, ba-doop. We have swords on this one, so we're going to change that out. I want fusion rifle maps. Okay, we got that going on. Take out this. We'll put in this. Does this stack? I think this stacks, actually. Let's see if it stacks. Oh, I missed the. Oh, nobody had one. Either I missed it. I missed it then. Bummer, bummer, bummer. Fuck. is the little doodad. I want the doodad. Plonk. Oh, here's something else to talk about. Okay. Unless the seasonal arena stays around like um, the Wrathborn Hunt did, um, that's really not very much of a point. I wanted to bring up a comparison between Destiny and a true MMORPG. 'Cause I get laughs. I get laughs every time I hear Destiny talk about itself as an MMORPG. I'm like, yeah, right, baby. Sure you are. There's an event going on right now. It's the Undaunted event on Elder Scrolls, and this is kind of like this is all in theme with the whole idea of a game telling you what you should be playing and what you shouldn't be focusing so much on. Um, anyway, so every time they have an event in Elder Scrolls, you have these things called event tickets, which you can earn up to 2 a day. Sometimes you can earn 3 at a time. And what they do is they allow you to buy specialty items from a vendor in the game that are mostly cosmetic, like things like non-combat pets or companions. Sometimes they're even a house. Like right now, there's currently a chance to get a little piece of real estate in a demon's realm, but you have to have certain elements. Hold on a second, I'm checking something here. Durr. Oh, darn. Um, and one of the first things I started to panic was this particular event. Sorry, in Elder Scrolls is what they call the Undaunted event. And what it basically is that the Undaunted is a faction that focuses on accolades and loot obtainable from the dungeons, the group dungeons in the Elder Scrolls. And the group dungeons are kind of like, I would say they are like strikes. Did I not hit him at all? My hitbox? Oh no, there's my numbers. Okay, I've got concerned there for a minute. I thought maybe I wasn't actually getting any numbers on him. So anyway, dungeons in Elder Scrolls are like strikes, and you can solo them. Unlike Destiny, um, but you can load them up on a random playlist, or you can select them. And get this: if you specifically select them, it counts the same and rewards you the same as if you go through the playlist. Whereas in Destiny, you have to go through the playlist to get certain points that then, of course, unlock certain tiers of loot for you. But this is, like I said, another reason why Bungie's interpretation of an MMORPG is just nothing progressive, honestly. I know they're trying to be all, new and unique and all that shit, but they're really not doing anything good. They're not really helping anybody here. Am I gonna blow up here pretty soon? Come on, break the shield already, dickheads. Never mind. Any case, so yeah, so you do you get some damage on the final boss. You basically clear a dungeon a day, and you get 2 tickets, and it takes 10 tickets to get this element that goes towards this collectible. And one might think, says, oh shit, if I don't do this event, I have no other opportunity of getting that collectible. But that's not the truth. Elder Scrolls will be saying, first of all, you can buy the tickets with crowns. With yes, that's a microtransaction, but honestly negligible in terms of cost compared to anything else. Um, and more importantly, you have other opportunities of earning those items. If there are 4 items you're supposed to earn, they will give you 6 different ways to collect them. That means that if you don't have a character that's built for dungeons, then you don't have to play dungeons. You don't have to play the Undaunted event. I would like to do the Undaunted event. Chances are I won't though, because I don't have the patience and time. I mean, even in Elder Scrolls, for a game as open-ended as that, there are some things in the game that I just don't do because I just don't have the patience or the time, and I don't think the loot is worth it for how I play the game and for what I want out of the game. Again, it comes down to that. I think that's why I used to get bullied so much. Because everybody else was over there like, hey, I need to have the most, flash clothes, or, I need to know the most in thing. And I used to try to keep up. And then I just like stopped doing that. And then I noticed that's when I would get bullied. Because I wasn't fitting in. I wasn't capitulating to some kind of social construct norm. I was trying to be patient, because I pride myself on my patience when it comes to understanding narrow-minded thinking, and I can see the perspective in their points. I can understand where they're coming from when they say, it's better for everybody to just go ahead and have multiples of have these 3 different character classes, because then you get the most experience out of the game. But there are some things that are significantly unique to Titans and Warlocks, and that are not so unique to Titans and Warlocks from Hunters. In other words, the other 2 classes can do pretty much everything the Hunter can do. But the Hunter can't really do everything the other 2 classes can do, which I always felt was kind of like, I like that. I like limited palettes. Go look up the Zorn palette, something one of my art instructors got really big on for a couple of weeks, and we painted it. We were told to find 4 colors, black, white, and then 3 of anything else we want. Actually 5 colors, sorry. And the Zorn palette works on just that. In fact, a lot of truly limited palettes don't even work on white or black. They just have their three colors. You have a cold tone, a mid-tone or neutral tone. You have a cold, a neutral, and a warm. And with those 3 color temperatures, just those 3 hues, you were expected to make a fully realized composition. And some of the results are fascinating, truly interesting. And we had a couple of students in the class that were, that really connected with this philosophy. And I was one of them. Not bragging, but yeah, I was one of them. And I think that's kind of why I play the way I play. I like a limited palette. I like being able to do things and get through the game with limited palette. Like, this is a really good gun. Skavelock is a really fantastic auto rifle. Honestly, I used to run a Skavelock. Adrenaline Junkie works perfectly with my build. I mean, look at these two. These are synergistic. Final blows of this weapon increase accuracy and stability while improving vertical recoil. Grenade final blows grant bonus damage and handling. So if I run a grenade support build with this gun in my prime as my primary weapon or my primary killer, then oh my god, we got even more. This would be a role that I would be very, very happy with. Unfortunately, I already got an auto rifle, and it does fantastic. I don't care about this. And if I'm going to say shotgun, I'm going to say Ikelos. See, that's what I'm talking about right here. This is a really good one. I haven't taken it to PvP because I don't PvP shotguns. It's just, I'm not that. I'm not going to do that. No, it's not being counterculture either. It's just, like I said, I have really hard times controlling my aim. And I've tried everything from, hip firing to adjusting the sensitivity of the controller, and I don't know if it's because maybe I should be an M&K player. I don't. People say that maybe that's what I should try to do because I struggle so much with controller when it comes to aiming. Um, but if that's the case, then it's like, well, maybe I shouldn't do that at all. Then maybe I should just get good at my aim, which would be nice to do. But that's all about having the interest in being good. I ever wonder why some people get progression much faster than others. Oh, apart from the fact that I do believe that Bungie likes the certain taste of certain players from certain regions, uh, is the fact that some of them actually, some people actually have an interest in doing good. They actually they're investing their energy in progressing and in doing something with their time in this particular environment. Whereas with me, like I said, I'm literally just waiting for paint to dry. Speaking of, yeah, that's good enough. I can go and do a wash now. Anyway, thanks for stopping by.